Suicide bomber reportedly dressed as a student before detonating the explosives at a school assembly, eliciting a firm rebuke from the United Nations.
The Secretary General is outraged by the frequency and brutality of attacks against educational institutions in the north of the country and reiterates his demand for an immediate cessation to these abominable crimes. The Secretary General calls for the perpetrators to be swiftly brought to justice through a process respectful of Nigeria's human rights obligations and for adequate security measures to be provided for the protection of civilians.
These bomb attacks are a hallmark of the terrorist group Boko Haram, which is known to target schools, most prominently the kidnapping of the more than 200 schoolgirls in the town of Chibok in April this year. The group is against the education of girls and insists on boys receiving only an Islamic education. Boko Haram has not claimed responsibility, but the UN points to the possibility of the group being behind the attack.
That's a possibility. You've heard what we've had to say about the attacks that have been definitively attributed to Boko Haram, and we've been very clear about our condemnation of those attacks. At this stage, we don't know who the perpetrators are, but as both the Secretary General and UNICEF have made clear, we want all those responsible to help bring the perpetrators to justice. And ultimately, it'll be for the authorities on the ground to do that.
The town of Potoskum was the scene of another suicide bomb attack last week in which 30 people were killed. Yobe State reportedly remains under a state of emergency. Bryce-Pease, SABC News.